dark. They're called kiln openings, and once you've been to one, you'll be hooked for life. I know you. Well, it was your idea to suggest these articles to collectors weekly, and now I'm driving instead of sleeping. My editor thinks a series on pottery is a great idea, and he never likes anything. Her mother examined a minute stain on her teal cardigan sweater. The collecting world needs to be educated about Southern potters, and you're just the person to do it. Molly had been an English teacher at an exclusive private school for 8 years when the job started to wear on her. Though people assumed most teachers worked a short day and took summers off, Molly worked long days, graded papers on weekends, and spent every summer teaching extra classes in order to meet her mortgage payments. After 8 years, she felt that she had no time for herself. Whenever she did have a few moments to spare, she spent them attending auctions and browsing antique shops. Soon she was submitting articles to collectors weekly for extra spending money, and when a full-time staff position became available, she jumped at the chance to get paid for doing what she loved most. She typically wrote on the bigger-name antique auctions in the area, driving around Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina to snap pictures and interview auctioneers and bidders. Her articles featured detailed descriptions of the items that brought in the highest prices, as well as quotes from satisfied buyers. After covering the auction beat for a year, she noticed that more and more Southern pottery was appearing on the auction block and then disappearing at exorbitant prices. Knowing little about the subject, she asked her mother for a quick course on the world of Southern pottery. She had received a pile of books to read, but her mother warned her that the written word could never compete with the real thing. Molly would have to meet the potters and see them working in person to fully understand why people went wild over their wares. Molly's mother, Clara Appleby, had once owned a thriving antique shop. Over time, she discovered that she hated being tied to retail hours and dealing with finicky customers, so she switched her business and became a dealer in Southern folk art pottery. Instead of renting and maintaining a costly shop space, she now conducted business using a simple website and a shop located in the log cabin on her property. Customers could visit by appointment only. Clara's own house was filled with pottery of all shapes and sizes, and she was well known as an expert on all things made of clay. Molly repeatedly teased her that she bought more to keep than to sell. You have to go to kiln openings to get the pottery at reasonable prices. Dealers can turn right around and double their money by selling the pieces they get at openings on the internet the same day. Plus, some of these potters only make 2 batches a year. That puts a big limit on supply. You've got to grab them fresh out of the kiln, Clara lectured animatedly. Molly threw her mother a sideways glance. Sounds like a scam to me. Dealers wait for those 2 kiln openings a year and go crazy, buying up everything the potter has, right? I mean, the potters limit the supply and the demand increases, causing normal people to get up with the chickens. Pretty clever. It takes a ton of hard work to make this kind of pottery. We're not talking about pansy pots or coffee mugs. These art potters may have spent 10 years learning how to make something perfect come off the wheel. I can't explain it to you. You just have to see it for yourself. You'll learn to love it all, the kiln openings, the pottery festivals, outbidding someone for a piece you just have to have at auction. Trust me, it's a complete addiction. People will absolutely kill for this stuff, you'll see. It took about an hour and a half to reach Seagrove from Hillsborough, and the 2 women pulled onto a dirt and gravel road matted with a plywood sign that read C.C. Burrell Pottery in rough, worn letters. The narrow, tree-lined drive was already packed with cars, and the sun had barely begun to warn the sky of its imminent arrival. "Look at all these cars!" Molly exclaimed. She had expected to see a dozen at most. "We're late," her mother scowled. "We are going to have a horrible place in line. Just park anywhere. Hurry, hurry!" Molly squeezed her mother's sedan in between a makeshift row of pickup trucks and noted several other luxury cars further up the drive toward a rusted metal barn. The mix of people gathered in front of the barn was just as interesting. There were